2026 looks like a pretty exciting year for movies, and I've listed a few below that have my interest more than piqued. This is not in any specific order, and there's tons of movies not on this list that'll surely be good that we just don't find out about till like halfway through the year. We are just going with movies right now that are 100% guaranteed to be coming out in 2026. Unless they're delayed, and this is a rather unscripted video. I just had this idea earlier, so we won't be getting into crazy detail about each entry. So with that being said, let's get started. Coming out on February 13th, we have Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Now, this is the newest film from Gore Verbinski. Where's Gore Verbinski been? I'm glad you asked. He's been... Now, I don't have any concrete proof of this, but he's been in director's jail for the last decade. His last movie was A Cure for Wellness all the way back in 2016. Now, I've seen A Cure for Wellness. Is it a perfect movie? No, but I don't think it is worthy of sending a man into director's jail for 10 years. Yes, maybe it has something to do with The Lone Ranger before that, but I'm going to put it out there. I think The Lone Ranger is a fun movie. I think it's a fun movie, okay? Like, Gore Verbinski, he's such a talented filmmaker. The Pirates trilogy alone is one of the trilogies that ruled my childhood. Those movies are incredible, and I just rewatched them recently. They're still amazing. They hold up. The visual effects for the second and third one, even the first one, like, they're just such incredible movies. They're so much fun. The action's great. Comedy. It's just like crowd-pleasing, fun entertainment. Some of the stuff you just kind of feel like we don't get as much anymore. Incredible. And also, Rango. Are you kidding me? Rango. Gore Verbinski has the sauce. He has the sauce, okay? And I'm so happy that we're getting to see something from him again, because it's been too long, okay? He should be allowed to, in my opinion, do whatever he wants, all right? Because in my opinion, he doesn't have any clear misses. You know, even some of his lesser movies, they still look really good. They're still very visually interesting. The cinematography is always just off the wall. So this Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die looks amazing. It looks so fun. I love Sam Rockwell. I love that he's the lead. I feel like, I mean, he's just such a great actor, and I'm happy to see him in a leading role. You know, he's always really good in like supporting stuff. So I think he will be a great fit for this. And you know, it's about AI, so that could go one way or the other way. You know, it could be really tone deaf, or it could be super relevant. You know, we'll see. We'll find out together. But this movie looks absolutely insane. Looks like just pure madness, and it looks really up his alley, in my opinion. And I hope after this we don't have to wait so long for another Verbinski project. So let's hope it's good, and we will find out on February 13th. Later in February, on February 27th, we have Scream 7. Now, I will always show up for a Scream movie. I love the Scream movies. I would say Scream 1 is probably my favorite horror movie of all time. I think it's such a perfect movie. It's fun. It's scary. It's just got everything you want. It's exciting. And I think the franchise has been pretty consistently entertaining, you know. Even some of the weaker entries, I still can watch over and over again. And I just did a rewatch earlier this year. And yeah, a lot of them I still think are very, very solid movies. It's a very fun franchise. And maybe, other than another horror franchise, probably one of the most consistent ones. This is going to be an interesting entry. Neve Campbell is back. Can't believe there was even they were even just floating the possibility of being like, yeah, we could just do this without her, you know, because then they kind of shot themselves in the foot there. But it's going to be cool to see her back. It's got that small town vibe again. I really did enjoy the change of setting in 6 with New York. It'll be cool to get back to the small town roots. And Kevin Williamson, the guy who wrote the first couple of movies, I believe, he'll be directing this one. So that, to me, seems like a good sign. I feel like he knows how this franchise works. I mean, and I think he's going to just bring it back to formula, but also do some crazy new stuff with it. There's been a lot of rumors about like who's in the movie, and I don't even know if I can say rumors. I mean, they've just been like confirmed concrete casting, but some of the actors and people who are coming back, I mean, I'm just sitting over here, I'm like, aren't you dead? I thought you died. How does that work? I thought you were dead. And the Scream franchise has never really wanted to do like flashbacks, so I'm like, I don't think they would do that. But I mean, in the end, though, I mean, I'm still very excited. Ghostface is just gonna wreak havoc once again, and we'll see what happens together on February 27th. Big leap in the air all the way to June 12th. We have Steven Spielberg's new movie, Disclosure Day. We actually just got a trailer for this recently, and it looks good. I mean, it looks good. Not really, can't really say much about the trailer. I mean, it is an alien movie. I think that's pretty much confirmed. It is an alien movie. What kind of alien movie? Who knows? Who knows? I have only seen one of Spielberg's alien projects, and that's the War of the Worlds, the 2005 one, you know. But this looks very exciting. It does look very different for like an alien movie. Like, I mean, we don't really even see the aliens, you know. And I love the cast. We got Josh O'Connor. Just got done with Knives Out the other day, and Josh O'Connor, man, oh man, he's great. I really don't have much to say about the trailer. You know, it looks very strange. I love that. I love the strangeness. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to watch the rest of Spielberg's alien filmography in preparation, but do got a good bit of time. But we will see what he cooks up on June 12th. Up next on June 19th, we have Toy Story 5. Now, I don't want to hear anything about people being like, do we really need another Toy Story? Listen. Does the third movie have a perfect ending? Yes, it does. I will never argue against that. It does. It's a beautiful, beautiful, perfect ending. That entire last 30 minutes made me cry. Makes me cry every time, okay? Toy Story 4. Is that an unnecessary sequel? Yes. Is it a bad sequel? Absolutely not. I thought Toy Story 4 was a lot of fun, you know? Like, when it was announced, yeah, I was like, do we really need another one? But when I was in the theater day one, okay, I was like, you know what? And from the first scene, I was like, the animation was amazing. And I was like, oh, you hear everyone talking, you hear the voice actors. I'm like, I missed this. And I don't feel like it was tapping into nostalgia, you know? Because it's not like the entire time they're just like winking at the audience, being like, remember this, remember this. No, I just felt like we were back with a new fun story. It felt like a little bit of a side adventure, you know? But I thought Toy Story 4 was so much fun, you know? I thought it was a lot of fun. Is it the best Toy Story? No, but it's still a really good movie, in my opinion. So with that being said, when Toy Story 5 was announced, again, I'm like, let's go. Let's go. It does not feel cheap to me, okay? And another reason it doesn't feel cheap to me is the plot, okay? So this one is going to be about the toys. The villain is a tablet, okay? An iPad, a tablet. I cannot articulate how perfect of an idea that is. That to me is not a lazy cash grab sequel idea, okay? Because if that doesn't make you a little bit sad, the fact that most kids these days, you know, they are not playing with toys. They're all, you know, we have the term iPad kid, okay? Like, kids are not really playing with toys anymore. They're all just more like on video games and tablets and stuff. And video games and tablets are fine in moderation, but, you know, it shouldn't replace that core fun of just playing with toys when you're a young kid. And so I think it's a brilliant idea for a tablet to be the villain, because it really is like the problem these days. I mean, I think it's a genius idea. I really just, I don't know. I think it's such a perfect idea. I think that's an idea that someone came up with who really is like, let's tell this story. I think the whole team behind this is going to do a great job. And I'm pretty sure the director I saw, he's the one who directed WALL-E, Finding Nemo, some of the classics. Okay, listen, I think Toy Story 5 is gonna be really good. Okay, I think it's gonna be really good. I'm just going off the fact that the last 4 movies are really good in my opinion. Some of my favorite movies growing up, okay, some of my favorite Pixar movies. I just really think this one, with the plot, all the characters returning, and I'm very excited, okay? And I'm gonna be there day one. I am going to be there day one. But if you are absolutely not interested, then by all means, don't go see it. But whoever will, we will see what happens on June 19th. Up next on July 17th, The Odyssey. I think will be the biggest movie of next year, okay? And with good reason. This movie looks insane. When I went to go see Avatar the other day and this trailer came on, I almost did a backflip, okay? It looks gorgeous. It looks scary. It looks scary. I am not familiar with the Odyssey. Like, I haven't read the Odyssey. You know, I know the gist of it. I know this guy's trying to get home. He runs into some sirens, some dead people, some cyclops, I think the gods are just mad at him. Just from that general idea I have about it, I mean, this looks amazing. This looks so good. I think Christopher Nolan is just one of the greats working right now. You know, he's one of like 4 filmmakers who can get the budget, get a big budget, and yet just feel and see every bit of it on screen. You know, he doesn't waste any of it, and he's such an ambitious filmmaker, and it's so nice for just someone to be making like good big movies. All right. And I think before it comes out, I'm going to try to pick up the Odyssey, the book. And let's see what Nolan cooks up together on July 17th. Up next on July 24th, we have Evil Dead Burn. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know we had another Evil Dead movie coming out till like I was putting together this list and I was like, what? I don't even see a plot synopsis, obviously no trailer, but it's a new Evil Dead movie. And I would say besides Scream, Evil Dead is my other favorite horror franchise. They don't have as many movies, but they have about, let me do the math, 5 movies and a TV show, a great TV show. If you have never seen Ash vs. Evil Dead, watch it. So good. It's one of those shows that, you know, got canceled though, so don't, you know, but that shouldn't really take away from your enjoyment, okay? You still get 3 great seasons, okay? But the Evil Dead movies are so fun. They are such a great mishmash of, like, slasher, horror, possession horror, and, like, body horror. Like, it feels like those 3 just, like, put into a blender, and I love that. So I am excited to be getting another Evil Dead movie. I hope these are movies, you know, as long as they stay good, that we can get a little bit more of a steady flow of movies coming out, you know, once every couple of years, because, I mean, they're just so fun. They're always a good time, in my opinion. I like all of them, and the show is amazing. And I really have no idea what this one's going to be about. You know, is it going to be in a cabin? Is it going to be in a basement? Isn't gonna be in a a car. I think it's gonna be a great time as long as we get some chainsaws, blood, deadites, the evil POV, the POV shot of the evil running through the woods. That's always fun to see. But we'll find out together on July 24th. Up next on August 14th, we have Flowervale Street. Now, this is the newest movie from David Robert Mitchell, the director of It Follows and Under the Silver Lake. 2 movies I enjoyed very much. This movie, the plot is a little vague. It's about a family, I believe, living in the 80s, and some weird stuff starts happening. And it might be connected to dinosaurs because on the poster, there are a bunch of dinosaur skeletons. That's all I could find. That's all I could figure out. But that's all I need because that sounds crazy. I love small town or like suburban normal life being uprooted by something weird. Like that's a genre of things I love. You know, something kind of like Twin Peaks or just something crazy happening in a small, seemingly normal town. I'll always eat that stuff up. So really not much to say about this one. I'm excited, but we don't really even have a trailer, not too concrete of a plot, so can't say much yet, but very excited to see how this turns out, and we will all find out together on August 14th. Up next on September 18th, we have Zach Krieger's Resident Evil movie. Now this, when I heard about this director being picked for this project, I felt so happy because, you know, Zach Krieger, even though he only has 2 movies down, you know, Barbarian and Weapons earlier this year, both excellent movies, especially Weapons. That was such a fantastic time at the theater. I think he has a clear understanding and care and passion for his work. I'm just in general excited for his next movie, and I'm excited for a Resident Evil movie, and it's cool that those are just smashed together. It's not quite clear if it's going to be an adaptation of a game or its own thing. I would kind of be fine with either, and if you were to adapt a game, which one do you pick? Do you jump straight to 4? I don't think so. I think you should do like 2 or 1. You could start at the beginning. Who knows? We don't know much yet. I'm shocked that this is coming out so fast. Like Weapons came out in August of this year and we're already getting this in September. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty fast. But I have the utmost faith in Zach Krieger. I think he's going to do a good job and I'm excited to see how it turns out, and we'll find out together on September 18th. Up next on October 2nd, we have The Digger. Digger. This movie, I said this wasn't in order, but this is definitely near the top in terms of most anticipated. This is the newest movie from Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, who made Birdman and The Revenant, 2 just excellent movies. And this stars Tom Cruise. Yes, Tom Cruise. And it is about... the plot's very vague, but on the poster it says a comedy of catastrophic proportions. I'm not quite sure any more than that, but just these 2 names together, Iñárritu and Cruise, has me insanely excited. I feel like if you've only watched a lot of Tom Cruise's movies from like the last 20 years, you've been led to believe that he's just a kind of an action star, which he is, and he's great, one of the best. But if you venture into some of his earlier work, he is also an incredible dramatic actor. He really is. And he's also a very good comedic actor, He's the best part of that Tropic Thunder movie, okay? He does have a lot of talent. And I'm excited, I feel like with the Mission Impossible movies wrapping up earlier this year, I'm excited to see Tom take on more dramatic and, experimental roles like this. And Iñárritu is, of the movies I've seen, they've just blown me away. Birdman and The Revenant were both just different types of just incredible and immersive. And I can't wait to see what he does with this. And I think this pairing seems so... like kind of random, but I think perfect, because I feel like both of them have an intense love for the craft, and I think they're gonna really, from what I've seen, they have nothing but positive things to say about each other, so it seemed like they really enjoyed working with each other, and I just can't wait to see what this is. What are we thinking, guys? Is Iñárritu gonna direct Tom Cruise to an Oscar win? He directed DiCaprio to one, or is he gonna direct Cruise to an Oscar win? That'd be crazy, but once again, we will find out together on October 2nd. Up next, on December 18th, we have Dune Messiah. Oh, baby. I love those first 2 Dune movies. I remember I didn't watch the first one, and then when the second one came out, everyone's like, it's amazing, and I'm like, all right, so I check it out, and I'm like, that was pretty good, and then I go see the second one, I'm like, oh my goodness, I understand the hype. After that, I went out and I bought all the books, and I have not touched them at all. Am I gonna read the books before this one comes out? No, I'm just gonna be honest. No, definitely not. I'm just being realistic. I'm not gonna read those books. I will read them one day, but I'm not gonna be able to read them in 12 months. That one book, especially the Dune one, that looks huge. It looks huge. Okay, I'm just excited to see where this story goes. How that second movie ended was so what's gonna happen next? And Denis Villeneuve, he's another one of those directors like Nolan, where you just feel him using every single cent on screen. Dune Part 2 was such an amazing looking movie. The first one too, but the second one, every time I saw it, I was just like, you don't feel like you're watching a movie. It's a very immersive film, and I'm just like, we are on Arrakis, gentlemen. So I'm very excited to see. I know this is the end of Paul Moyadib, Lisa Al Gaib, Duke of Arrakis' story, and I'm excited to see where that goes, because he's on a bit of a generational crash out arc. Crash out, we could call it that, or we could call him just, doing the hard job. Who knows? Those visions he was having were pretty scary. Let's hope none of that comes true. But we will find out together on December 18th. And on Christmas Day, December 25th, we have Werewolf by Robert Eggers. This is a werewolf movie. I don't know if I need to say more, but it's a Robert Eggers movie as well. So that always will have my interest piqued. Robert Eggers has, I'd say so far, a pretty crispy filmography. I am very excited to see what he does here. He might just make his own dark universe. Why stop here? Maybe he'll make a Creatures of the Black Lagoon movie. Maybe he'll make maybe not a Frankenstein movie. We kind of just got that. Well, if him and Del Toro just cornered the market and they made all the monster movies, how funny would that be? I think werewolves are cool. I guess that's all I can say. I mean, I don't know much about them. I hope someone has a silver bullet, I'm just excited because Eggers, everyone knows how much of a absolute history nut he is, and that really shows on screen. His movies are all very atmospheric. They do feel very lived in, and you feel like you're in the time period. Let's try to go see it on December 26th, guys. I'm honestly appalled that theaters are even open on Christmas Day. Okay, those people need to be with their families. That's really sad. And last, but certainly not least, any film adaptation for a Colleen Hoover book.